in that their mission is to ask questions. Their mission is to get Tyler Robinson off, or that's their salvation in a warped, twisted world. That is what they're doing in order to prop up their own salvation, because they themselves are not in Christ. And I know people don't like when I say that. Well, then prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Apart from her confession, show me her possession of Christ. Show me it. I'll wait.
Do you think she thinks she's a Christian?
I apologize.
Do you think that she believes she's a Christian, or is it a conscious lie down to that level?
I don't think she believes she's a Christian. I'm sorry. I think she knows that she's not a Christian. There
Really?
You go.
Okay.
I think, and I've done this timeline before. Notice when Charlie Kirk met her, she was praying to the universe. Okay, she was believing in reincarnation. When Charlie Kirk met her, she was a New Ager.
I have not heard that.
She was a New Ager when Charlie Kirk met her. So a lot of the stuff that she's saying now about astral projecting and lights coming on and Charlie coming to her dream, a lot of that is consistent with who she was pre-Charlie Kirk meeting her. And her quote unquote conversion, if you will. I've done the deep dive in her, giving her testimony of her salvation experience, and it doesn't rhyme anything with anything biblical at all. And so, this 120-mile march that she did as a Catholic. She claimed to have been a Protestant and then she converted to Catholicism, but both of those testimonies are woefully absent of any grace of Christ at all. So
a very liberal route to conservatism. And I just, I was constantly in trouble. I was always a very smart person. I did well in school. But there was an upset. I felt like the world owed me something because so much of my life seemed unfair. Like the parents that I had, it was unfair. The money that I didn't have, that was unfair. I had an education system that was telling me it was because the world is fundamentally unfair. And the system of, capitalism in America and white Republicans is making it unfair. And I just had a chip on my shoulder through much of my life. And, I found liberalism to be a home for that, because liberal perspective sort of welcomes the idea that we shouldn't have to be responsible because the world is just corrupt and backwards. So why should we have to be decent people? It sort of allows you to absolve all responsibility, all self-responsibility. And I wasn't like, I was, partying, but not more than anybody else was. I was a bad person. I don't know how to say it. I just was a really bad person, a person that I'm not proud of. And I didn't treat people well. I wasn't true to my word. And I was mean. And that meanness came from an anger, a deep-seated anger. And then what happened that sort of changed that around was, first off, I got snapped.
Okay. Because she's about to give her conversion from the person that she just said right there. The mean, the angry, the entitled, the vindictive, all that stuff like that. And everybody in the chat is saying the same thing that we're saying, like, ma'am, what? This could have been recorded yesterday, ma'am. The only thing that's changed is the calendar. Nothing has changed. Not a thing. So I want you to hear how she quote unquote changed from this person that she is. Now, remember, she is married at this point. So she was allegedly a Christian. She married a Catholic and she's being discipled by a Catholic at this point. If you hear any references to anything sounding like a conversion story, I don't even care if you say she asked Jesus into her heart and prayed the sinner's prayer. If you hear anything like that, please make sure you put in the chat. Okay. Give her an Oscar. She played her part well. Shout out to Deb. I agree. I do think that she's been playing this role. When we go back and look at the Dave Rubin interview, I think you're going to realize we got played. I'm sorry. We got played. Shout out. That might be the name of this video. We got played. Yeah. So Ryan is definitely saying that she's basically, I won't say a closet, but she's basically a Scientologist. Yeah, she's Catholic. I wonder, Body Cam Bureau Media, I wonder, does she actually go to confession? Does she actually participate in this? Because I'm finding it really hard to believe that a functioning pastor or priest that really believes in their faith would allow their congregant to behave like that. I'm really finding it hard to believe. Now, maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe because I'm Presbyterian, my pastors talk to me about my content. My ruling elders talk to me about my content. I don't understand why her hacking it don't talk to her about hers. Mine talks to me about mine. What's going on? So that one just seems weird to me.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give you guys some highlights of my podcast that kind of tell this story that I think you guys will appreciate. So I launched The Counteroffensive, my podcast, about a month ago, because when I discovered the evidence that she was likely planning to move to Russia, and that she was not telling people that she was meeting with the company that does that for people, especially Americans. Like, that's who she stayed with when she went to Russia. So it wasn't just the Russian intelligence event that she went to. That was a cover. The people she was with were part of this company I discovered that move people with 100% confidentiality to Russia so they can build this like base of conservative Christians, especially Americans, to attack America with. And so that was the first episode. And then the second episode is called When the Bear Targeted TPUSA. That's when I talk about in 2018 when Russia and the Church of Scientology, exactly how they identified Candace as someone to put resources towards influencing. So I broke that down. And then the episode after that, the last one about her, was actually about the Iranian regime amplifying her and how there is someone linked to the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, their semi-secret operations within her circle, although she may not know it. So that's kind of my plug. But that's the type of stuff that I cover that if you find the story interesting, you can find that out on those 3 episodes.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. It had to have been me.
Do I sound okay now?
You sound fantastic. So
Beautiful.
Let's go back and rewind. Right. Let's rewind the last 30 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Right.
Let's redo the last 30 minutes. No, it was something with me. I don't know what it was. I got some gremlins in my system that I probably need to excise out. I'm probably this weekend tearing the whole system apart.
Demons.
But that's why I don't even mess with Candace and they're attacking anyway, man. Like Wormwood, man. Leave me alone, Wormwood. What are we doing?
Wormwood.
So
I want to start a campaign calling her that. If I knew how to make things go viral, that would be so funny.
No, I think it would fit. It would fit.
Yeah.
Well, you can call it Screw Tape, and then more people would be. Yeah, definitely Screw Tape. I think Screw Tape would stand out. People remember that because from the book. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.